Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast where we waste our wine so you don't have to. On this episode, we review
a pink wine from France,
a red wine from California.
Wait a second. I thought it was a white wine from Italy.
Oh man, you know what this
means? That
means.
can only mean one thing.
Here we go.
It's the Grocery Store Wine Showdown.
Oh, the
Man,
music in that drop is excellent. Your like 1980s radio voice, also excellent.
I didn't like it until we got to the little rundown. The that hooked me. I was in.
turns out voiceover work is a lot harder than I thought it was. So shout out to all the people with good voices, because after trying that for like half an hour, I realized I just don't have the chops to do it. And before we get into it more, my name is Colin. I'm joined by two of the best co-hosts a podcast host could have. Joel, Aaron, how are we doing this evening?
I am so excited.
I am also excited. I like switching it up a little bit. I'm excited to see what we brought to the table today.
Yeah, for the longest time in my life, I thought all wines were grocery store wines. And so, I feel like this is a return to normalcy for me.
Welcome back. You've come so far over the course of these, 10 episodes? And now we're digging you right back where you started.
It's always nice to come home.
That's right.
And not only that, but 10 episodes. Not only is this a Grocery Store Wine Showdown, but we made it to 10 episodes. So cheers to that, boys. That's not
cheers
bad.
to that,
episodes.
Indeed. Absolutely. Okay.
Oh, nice cheer sound.
Nice. Did you do that intentionally, or did you hit that on something on the way up?
No, I did intentionally because, the people at home feel like we're all sitting in a room together. They don't know we're 2,300 miles apart or whatever it is.
You're ruining it.
Now
You're
I'm
ruining
sad.
it for everybody.
All right, so what is this? Grocery Store Showdown. What are we doing?
All right, so we've been talking a lot about how the wines we've been grabbing are often from Total Wine, which feels accessible, but it's not super accessible for everyone. A bunch of my friends in the city were kind of ragging on me the other day because they're like, you keep saying Total Wine. There's no Total Wine in New York City. What are you talking about? So we wanted to do an episode where we just stuck to wines that literally anybody can find at any supermarket, no matter where you are. These are just big brand wines that are all across the country.
And a couple weeks back, we tried, I believe it was the layer cake, and we were all a little bit harsh on the grocery store purchasing of wine. So I think that kind of led us to thinking, hey, is there a diamond in the rough? Can we continue to, not break the bank, but find some really good wines that are really accessible at the grocery store, so you can be picking up eggs and grab a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah, and just to clear up a grocery store, because, it's a little bit different all over the country for how people have access to wine. We're talking about the bulk mass-produced wine. That's what you're going to find at the grocery store, just because of the way distribution in this country is set up. Most of what you're going to find at least in Florida, in our grocery stores, are the bulk mass-produced stuff, which is why you can find it pretty much everywhere, because it's going to be the same stuff.
Yeah, and Jersey's actually a little bit different. Supermarkets actually can't sell wine here unless they have their own section that has to have their own cashier. It's like a mini liquor / beer store inside the grocery store. But because it's a small segment of the larger grocery store, it also has the same kind of bulk stuff. There might be a little bit more of a selection, but you're still seeing the same bottles you see everywhere else.
Yeah, are they still hiding liquor in bowling balls and bringing them in the middle of the night as well? Is it still prohibition there?
Yeah, I mean, you get in there by climbing through the milk fridge and out the back of that and down a set of stairs past the bread, and that's where they keep the alcohol. And someone screams "Cheese it, the fuzz," and you all got to run out and climb out the windows. But
sorry, Cheese it, the fuzz.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you can't just say the cops are here; they'll know what you're talking about.
I heard Cheese it.
That's what I heard too.
That's what I said.
Is that the code word?
Oh,
okay.
is that really a thing?
Get on my 1920s prohibition level. Come on, move forward.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just not down with the prohibition talk.
That's amazing.
We need to keep moving.
So today we're not sticking to our regularly scheduled program because this is the Grocery Store Wine Showdown. And what we wanted to do instead of our normal thing was each pick a wine from the grocery store at a good price. I think all of these were under 20, and see if we could find some passable grocery store wine. So that's what we set out to do today. There weren't really any rules on this one. You could pick any wine that one of us felt would be a good wine. And we came up with 3 very different options.
And I think at the end of the day here, we'll have some semblance of what we do, right? We're going to try a wine, we're going to give our quick thoughts, and then we want to see, since we are generally quite competitive, we're going to vote and see who picked the best of the grocery store wines. That person being the winner of the grocery store wine challenge.
Showdown.
That person being me.
Oh,
I don't know, man. I feel pretty good about mine.
Ooh, the trash talking starting early.
All right. So, I mean, to make sure that we do this right, Colin, so we have 3 different wines here, right? We actually have a white wine, we have a rosé, and we have a red wine. So that's
which,
totally
by the
great
way,
for
we did
tasting.
not plan. We each
Did
just
not
sort
plan
of
it.
ended up gravitating toward these. Incredible turn of fate. But yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So what would be the best way to go about trying these 3 different wines, Caldwell?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. So in general, you want to start from lightest to heaviest, because if you start off with a red wine and then drink a lighter white wine, the red wine flavors are usually going to be bolder and they might drown out some of the more delicate flavors of a lighter rosé or white wine. So ideally, we go white wine, rosé, because that can be a little bit more intense. And then we finish with the red. So now I think this would be a great time just to get into the wine.
Tastes like wine.
All right, so because we are going in the order I just laid out with the white wine first, that is my pick, and I picked a Pinot Grigio from Italy, made by Ruffino. Aaron, what did you end up going with?
Because I am an excellent speaker of the French language, picked a rosé from the south of France called La Vieille Ferme. La Vieille Ferme.
La Vieille Ferme.
Yeah, I think Joel actually nailed that one.
There's a rooster and a chicken on the label, so look for the rooster chicken rosé. It is, a 13% ABV rosé. Yeah, that's
Can't
me.
miss it.
Joel, you're up.
All right, so I picked the Bogle family vineyards Old Vine Zinfandel. I'll tell you why when we get to mine.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear
I have
about
a whole
that pick.
reason. I did research for this one, guys.
And honestly, I think that one of the 3, I'm a big fan of Old Vine Zinfandel. So that one kind of comes through on its promise.
Mm-hmm.
Joel might have an early lead here. So we'll see.
All right.
I know. We'll see. I know. Listen, I'm putting my wine behind Joel's. So anyway, so yes. So we're going to start off with the Ruffino Pinot Grigio. This is mine. And I picked this one. This is from the della Venezia region in Italy, which is known for its Pinot Grigio, which is part of the reason why I wanted to pick this one. Also, Ruffino is, a very big brand over there. So I figured the wine that they export to the United States is usually going to be at least slightly better, because we kind of get to pick what we want from the export game. They don't just get to export whatever they want.
They don't just drink all the wine they like and send us their swill.
No, actually, and this is kind of true for most imports. We kind of get to pick and choose what we want to bring in, what the distributors and importers get to bring in. So usually the imports, although we're drinking bulk wine here, so don't get too excited, but have their pick of the litter. So this is a 12% ABV wine. We bought it for around $11, and this is the 2022 vintage. So let's get into it. Joel, what are you getting on the nose?
All right, so I am getting a lot of pear.
Yes.
I think right off the bat, some citrus for sure, but biggest thing I'm getting here is pear.
Yeah. Aaron?
Yeah, definitely the citrus, Maybe some like a lemon lime kind of thing going on here.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. Even has like a Mountain Dew look to it. I don't know about that, man. You gotta.
Yeah, no, I will say, is your guys a little bit fizzy? Does it look like they're like really, really like fine bubbles in there, or is it just? Do I just have like poison in mine?
It's the arsenic. You weren't supposed to
I
notice
think
it.
you might have put a little Sprite in yours.
Because when I
And how you did that from 2,300 miles away is
that's impressive. Because I don't notice it now, but when I first poured it, it seemed like it was slightly fizzy. But it now it doesn't look very fizzy. So, but yeah, no, I also get a lot of pear, a lot of citrus. I get the lemon, the lime. I also get like a tad bit of grapefruit. It actually smells really nice. Like if it tastes like it smells, like
It does.
I think we could be in for a decent wine. So I'm kind of excited to try it. I think we should get in there.
Give it a taste.
Aaron, what are you picking up on the palate?
I need a little bit of time on this one. It harkens back to some like college wine out of a Dixie cup.
Ooh, yeah, no, I don't totally disagree with that assessment. Joel, what are you picking up?
I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this one. Definitely pear. I'm getting a lot more like green apple.
Sure.
I think it's very dry, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of middle of the road acidity wise, maybe a little higher than middle of the road, but it's a lot crisper than I thought it was going to be. I sort of expected it to be a little bit of a sweet bomb sort of a thing, but definitely not. So I tell you what, first one out of the gate, and I'm already a little bit more impressed than I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, I will say I agree with it's very fresh, like on the palate. Like the acid really livens up the palate. So that I really enjoy, and I get definitely more of the citrus than I do the pear. It's like almost like all citrus, and then tiny bit of pear at the end.
I think it's a citrus flavor that's really like reminding me of just like, I don't know, early wine experiences. So it's a heavy citrus. It's also a relatively low alcohol wine, right?
Yeah, 12% is on the lower end of medium, that's for sure. But there's something on the finish too that I don't find terribly pleasant. I don't love the finish. I don't know what it is. Like I'm having a hard time putting into words what I'm tasting.
Solo cup.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'm telling you, but that's I don't know what it is either, but that's the thing. It's that aftertaste finish something.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You're the expert. What is that?
I'm with you guys on that part.
I don't know what it is. But it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah.
So
So I agree with Joe. Like it's not a terrible first shot, but there's something about it that screams,
No.
I'm gonna be mad at myself later.
yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
All right, so we are going to save what we think about it until the very end. So we are going to switch over to Aaron's wine. You want to give us a little bit more info on the wine we're drinking?
Sure. I'm not going to try to read the name of the wine again, but it's the Chicken Rooster Rosé, 2022. It is a 13% ABV, so a little bit stronger. And I picked this one, honestly. I did like a minuscule amount of research. I just, we've kind of talked about this on previous episodes. I feel like rosés are so trendy right now, especially like in the summertime. And a couple rosé brands really break through and they start charging like $25, $30 for a bottle of rosé. And I think there's a lot of decent rosés out there that are not in that price range, but because they just don't have the name recognition, or they have a chicken and a rooster on the label, maybe people aren't jumping at them. So this bad boy was $8.99. So I went the opposite end of the spectrum. I think this is the least expensive rosé that you can grab. So I figured, hey, if there's going to be a diamond in the rough, maybe it's in like the rough part. So let's go for it. The real rough is the real diamond.
rough.
So that's why I went with this guy.
I will say it kind of smells like chicken and rooster, which is not a great start, to be honest. There's something
Messed up.
in there that's not very pleasant. It's just
We're not going to be able to tag any of these vineyards in our Instagram post.
No, absolutely not. It's just it's funky.
Yeah. Well, I'm not getting a lot of funk, but all I'm getting is a little bit of earthy a little bit of, maybe you could say minerality. I don't even know if I would go that far, but definitely some earth in there. Nothing, not much else.
Gosh, shit, I smell chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of smells like raspberry, kind of. But like, it is unpleasant to smell. If this, unlike the first one, if this tastes like it smells, we are in for absolute disappointment.
Well, the first one smelt better than it tastes, so,
I would agree with that. 100%
See,
agree with
this
that.
might be the opposite. Okay, can we drink it? I'm so excited.
Yep. Let's drink it. It tastes better than it smells. I'll give it that.
The only reason that might be the case is that there's not a lot of taste here.
Yeah.
And I do know what. I take that back. It's bad.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear you
I know
say
I
that.
said we were going to save our reviews, but that is... Yeah, no, it tastes about as chickeny as it smelled.
No, hold on. I'm gonna push back a little bit, not just because it's mine. I've already decided I'm gonna lose this one. But when you guys were like ragging on the layer cake, I understood why. There was like there were aspects of it that were, upsetting. This is neutral. Like to me, like this is not bad. This is just a liquid. Like this is so light, and there's almost nothing offensive about it.
Yes, in the same way that a blank canvas is also not at all offensive, this wine is not offensive. Absolutely,
And
I'll give that to you.
I'm going to disagree. It is just weirdly sour. It tastes like sour raspberries, and I just don't find it enjoyable. Really, all I have to say about it.
Okay, are we getting anything though? We're supposed to be doing tasting notes.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're right, Joel. Let's get back into tasting notes. So, like I mentioned, it tastes like sour raspberries, and that's it. Joel, are you getting anything else?
Not a whole heck of a lot, to be honest with you. I'm struggling a little bit. It's very, very light. I mean, yeah, very, very light. And then
This wine is kind of the epitome of taste like wine. Like this, like if you wanted a poster child
Tastes
for
like
taste like
wine.
wine, this is it.
I would agree. I mean, maybe a little berry, maybe like a hit, like somebody might have squeezed a lemon in the vicinity of this wine. And that's in there.
It's like you rimmed the glass on a
That's what I'm
cocktail.
getting.
Just a little spritz of the lemon essence.
But let me make an argument. If we were having a barbecue and you
for
had
it.
to grab a bunch of wine that, it's hot outside and you need to grab some $9 bottles of wine, this wouldn't offend anybody.
I would rather grab a flat of water.
All right, fine. Joel, you're up, buddy.
I'm feeling pretty good about my choice.
A confident man walking into this room.
I feel pretty good. Yeah, okay, so I went with the Bogle Family Vineyards Old Wine Zinfandel. This is from California, Clarksburg, California, to be exact. So the reason that I went with the Old Vine Zinfandel is I kind of got sucked in. Well, there's a couple of reasons. I kind of got sucked into the Old Vine part on the bottle. Typically older vines are known for being a little bit more complex, offering a little bit more in the grapes that they produce. So I thought, hey, that's a good sign right there. The Bogle Family Vineyards, it's owned by, here's the interesting piece, fourth generation farmers, okay? Not necessarily fourth generation vintners, fourth generation farmers. But I said, hey, they've been doing this for a while. Maybe they know what they're doing. So that's why I went with the Vine Zinfandel.
Like corn.
And I feel I feel pretty good about my choice. Not because I have a lot of faith in this one, but just because I've tried the other two so far. I'm not going to lie. The Ruffino was a little bit impressive, but I feel pretty good about this one. So
If this wine is as good as that explanation, we are in for a treat. I like your explanation of the old vines. You nailed that. I appreciate the research you put into that. So that's awesome. I hope it tastes good for your sake.
I hope so too, especially after teeing it up that way.
Y'all, I have to say, I don't think we could have picked 3 more different wines than what we did. The
100%.
smell of, I don't think we have smelled a wine that is this pungent.
Woo. Whew. Yeah, this has a lot going on when you smell it. I will agree.
That's an aggressive smell. I am not happy about this.
Okay, what are you getting?
No, I kind of agree. Aaron, I'll let you go first.
Well, I've had a stuffy nose for a week and it's gone. It is the like this just cleared my sinuses.
Oh, so it's got medicinal properties as well. Fantastic. Look at this. I picked a really good wine.
Yeah, I will say, I don't know. They could have just called this oak wine because
Yes.
they just
Yes.
hammered this wine with oak. Like,
Yes.
why would you waste old vine Zinfandel in this much oak? Because that is like,
Stings the nostrils.
Normally, red wines are the ones I can actually pick something out on, like a plum or something going on, and this is just heavy on like that.
Yeah. There is I'm getting smacked in the face with oak. I'm getting smacked in the face with dark, black cherry.
Yeah.
Some berry
No, I would agree
there,
with that.
but like big. You're right. There's nothing subtle about this Zinfandel.
no, this is
Yeah.
a huge wine, which is why I'm glad we decided to drink this last. Because if we decided to try this first, this is all we would taste for any other wine that we tried tonight. So
It's also
Yeah.
14.5% ABV, so
It
it's
is
also
14
Yeah,
and a
for
half.
sure.
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
smell a lot of cranberry too. Picking up a lot of cranberry.
Yeah.
Like intense, almost not like cranberry cocktail, but like the cranberry you'd get at Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
like
from the
really
can.
intense cranberry. yeah, canned, really intense canned cranberry. That's exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's stop talking about how this smells, good or bad, and see how it tastes.
It's gonna be fantastic.
I'll say this without giving any tasting notes, because I want to hear what you guys pick up. But for as intense as it is on the nose, it's just like watery as hell on the palate. Like,
What?
I'm so confused.
Oh my god.
Okay, Joel, what are you picking up? What are you picking up?
I'm not getting watery in any way. In fact, I am the opposite here. That's bold. To me, that's a lot going on in a sip right there. Not a lot of
I think
necessarily fantastic stuff, but just a lot going on.
no, there's a lot going on, but like the flavor seems to me so thin compared to what I was expecting. There are quite a few things happening, but
Okay.
like if you think about volume, right? Like
If it's
the little volume bar down at the bottom of your computer, all the way up has all the lines. I feel like I was expecting the lines to be all the way up, but they're they're low. The volume's really low on this wine, if that makes any sense. Aaron, what are you picking up?
I think the thing that I'm noticing is the balance is just all off. Like there's
Yeah.
like there's like five, like when Colin teaches us about the structure of wine, you have the 5 different pieces, like they're all over the place. I don't know. The flavor is like not sticking out to me at all. There's like a grittiness to it. I don't know if you guys have noticed that in the aftertaste. There's like it's like
That's
like
That's the
this-
tannin.
it's like the tannin, but it's like not like sometimes like very sticky on the gums, but this is like gritty. Like
Can I
Yeah,
can I
there's a
offer
residual.
That's a tannin.
can I offer fuzzy instead of gritty? Like, does that make any more sense? To me, it's like it's fuzzy. No? Okay.
Yeah, but that's like maybe that's like the biggest noticing I'm having of this. It's like not the taste. It's not. It's that.
Yeah. To give some tasting notes, though, I mean, it's like we were smelling oak to the face. To me, it's cherry to the face, in big volumes, but not necessarily in concert with each other.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a ton of oak. It's just an absolute
Yes.
ton of oak. Like, again, like I feel bad for these old vines because they put them through such hell to produce such nice grapes, and then you just oak the hell out of it. Like that's why even just use like crap vines Zinfandel and you'd get the same outcome.
Agreed. And I even looked at, I did a lot of research on this. I really was intending to win this.
I love that.
Still feeling okay, but I did a lot of research on these too. These are like 50, 60-year-old vines, which, in France might not be that old, but in California, that's pretty darn good.
It is.
And I agree with you to mask it up with what also seems to be some, I was going to say it's almost like imitation oak. I don't know if it's really, proper
Absolutely.
oak. It seems like a shame.
Flavoring.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I would be shocked if this was actually seen any oak barrels as opposed to either oak staves or oak chips. There are different ways to impart oak flavor into wine. Barrels being the most expensive, and this is probably not barrels. But yeah, it's not very well balanced. The flavors are not, they're intense, but they're not intense. It's very confusing. I'm in an absolute blender over this wine. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so we have been through the absolute gauntlet trying these things. So let's.
Yeah, if our goal was to find the diamond in the rough, I don't know if that happened this episode.
We found a lot of rough.
We found
a lot of rough.
If there's like a finite list of grocery store wines, we just cross some things off that list. So the list is slightly smaller.
Yeah.
Shit you should
Yeah,
buy.
slightly smaller.
Yeah, but did they like it? It's time for the review.
Okay. All right. So let's go back through in the order that we tasted them. We'll each introduce our wine again to remind the listeners of what we were drinking, and then we'll go around the table and give our review. And just as a brief reminder, we're either putting this down the drain, we're putting this in our closet, we're putting this on our kitchen table so we can share with our friends and family, or we're putting this in our wine fridge, which I don't even know why I brought that one up, because we're definitely not
today our
putting it in
first
the
wine fridge wine?
It is not. So to recap, I picked the Ruffino Lumina Pinot Grigio from Italy. And guys, where are we putting this one? Joel?
Ultimately, as far as the wine fridge, kitchen table, closet, or drain, I would actually put yours, Colin, in the closet. In the back of the closet, but in the closet.
Aaron?
Yeah, I agree. Firm closet wine, price point. I mean, it's an emergency wine. Like, shit, we're out of everything. Here's a Pinot Grigio that tastes like Pinot Grigio. Cool. But it's not down the drain, not that price point, and it's not on my kitchen table when I'm sober. Colin, agree, disagree?
Yes, I'm putting it in the closet with you guys. This is a closet wine. It's not great. It's not terrible.
Is it a waste of wine?
Is this one a waste of our wine? I would say probably no. At this price point, it's okay enough to where it's not a waste. If this was like $18, I would say yes, but at $11-ish, I don't think this would be a waste.
It has a purpose.
Yes, I have a purpose.
That's
right. Yeah. I agree too.
Joel, what do you think?
Not a waste. I agree, not a waste, but it's purely being saved by its price point. I'm not even going to get up on my soapbox about driving down the street to your local wine shop and getting a better wine for around the same price. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save you guys from that. But yeah, not a waste of your wine purely because it was like $10.
You get on that soapbox, Joel. That's why we're here. Get on that soapbox. Preach, baby. Preach. Yeah. All right. So that is a closet wine. We've all agreed, not a waste of our wine. Let's go on to Aaron. Recap what you picked and let's see what we thought about it.
Chicken rosé. I think it's a lot of the same, honestly. I think it's a closet wine. Not bad. It's not bad. I would drink it. Like if I'm hanging out and this is what I have, I would have no problem like pouring a glass of this and just drinking it as a rosé. It's not going to be my favorite, but it's $8.99 and it wasn't offensive. Like it's not going to upset me. It's a good backup wine.
Joel?
I am going down the drain with this one. I'll tell you why.
No way.
I'll tell you why.
No way.
I can get a 12-pack of LaCroix for half the price, and it does the same thing for me. 100%.
Untrue. This is 100% alcohol.
Fair.
Stronger than the Pinot Grigio you just put in your closet.
Boy, I guess I'll do a shot of something and then drink a 12er of LaCroix. It'd be just in the same exact spot. I don't know.
Wow.
It gave me nothing.
Yeah. I'm with Joel on this one. This is going
down
straight
the drain.
I would
non-offensive wine.
It's just, but like it might not be offensive, but for $8, just don't buy wine. Just like spend your $8 on something else. Honestly, there are better things you could buy for $8 than this.
Man, all right, you guys just did it with the two of your votes combined. That's our second, I think, waste of a wine on this podcast, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Funny book
Even
picked by you.
the
Wow.
$8 price point could not save this one.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't pay $2 for that.
No. Third, the layer cake was a waste for wine, but so was the Tinsley, which was not picked by me.
Oh, you're right.
Because it was
You're
too
right.
expensive.
You're
for
absolutely correct.
how cruddy it was. But all right, last one. Although I do not think it's going to be alone. Joe, would you like to talk about your
as
wine?
a reminder, I chose the Chateau Margaux from 1787. It was $225,000, and I would say this is a kitchen table wine. I'm joking. No, I chose. I jest. Somewhat regretfully, I think maybe I chose the Bogle Family Vineyards Old Vine Zinfandel 2021 from Clarksburg, California. Again, really got sucked into the Old Vine Zinfandel, and yeah, that was my wine. So, guys, what did you think?
I thought it was garbage. It's just so bad.
Whoa!
I'm going straight down the drain with this one, man. Like normally, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, Colin, you finish yours, but then, yeah, I
listen. If I'm not gonna pay for Aaron's wine because it's so underwhelming, I'm not gonna pay for this wine because it's just like an assault on the taste buds, and it's just none of it's nice. There's not like one redeeming quality of this wine. There's not one thing that I'm like, can't wait for another sip. It's just overly intense flavors. The tannin's not great. It's not very well balanced. This one is going. And it's even more expensive than Aaron wine. So you pay
almost
$6
twice
more,
as much.
So yeah, no, there's no redeeming qualities to that one, unfortunately. So I'm sinking it.
Yeah, same here, man. I'm just like a lot of the wines that we've tried that we haven't loved. I've still found myself just like pouring another glass and being like, yeah, this is passable. I don't love it. It's gonna go in the closet, but I can keep drinking it. This is like. I'm struggling to work my way through my first glass. There's so many weird things happening here. $14.99 is about 14 too many.
Wow. Okay. I just had to pour a little bit more just to try it to make sure I agree with you guys.
Yeah, I wonder.
I took one more sip. I don't agree with you guys. I do not think that this is a drain wine. I might be a little bit biased, but no, I don't think it's a drain wine.
Come on, really?
Yeah, really.
You just took another sip and you don't think that's a drain wine? It's all the nothingness of Aaron's wine plus like unpleasantness.
Shit. All right, you're right.
Y'all, so we did
you
not.
Know what? I thought back to the layer cake.
The layer cake was more enjoyable than this.
That is not true, but I can't tell you why this is any better than layer cake. So I would be a hypocrite if I kept this one. I'm going to have to agree, unfortunately, down the drain, I guess.
Equally as unenjoyable as layer cake. Yeah. Sorry, Joel. It has nothing to do with, I mean, you by far did the most research.
Such a great story.
I know. That's what happens when you have mass-produced bulk wine, which I think proves a really important point. Instead of buying grocery store wines, you go to your local wine shop and let them help you find better wine. Because honestly, this is grocery store wine. It's mass produced by bulk producers. They don't really care about flavor. They don't care about the quality of the grapes. They just want to produce a bottle of wine that's going to taste the same every year, wherever you find it, anywhere in the world, which at the end of the day is not what a good wine is all about. So, it's our goal to help you guys find better wine. So we will continue to explore the muck and the mire of the grocery store in hopes that we can find that diamond in the rough. But it is my recommendation to just, check out your local wine store, support them, and have them help you find better wine.
Help them help you.
And I would say
help
help
you.
Help me help you.
There it is.
I would say too, if like a little Jerry Maguire to end the pod, never a bad thing.
Aging everyone on this.
I would just say too, that's right. I would just say too, if like an intimidation factor is there for you or something like that, don't worry about it. Just go in there. Like people have wine shops because they love wine and they want to share it with people. And I would just recommend go in and say, hey, I don't really know much about wine, but I really want to get into it and don't want to break the bank, but want to try some good stuff. And they will guide you to some really great wines in just about the same price point as at least my Bogle Family Vineyards Old Vine Zinfandel. And you know what? I'll tell you this too. If you go in somewhere and they're rude to you, just don't go back there. There's better places.
I mean, I think too, like just a note about price points. When you go to a grocery store and you have these mass-produced wines, the price point is probably a good place to look for the quality of the wine, right? Because grocery stores have good wines, right? Just because it's in a grocery store doesn't mean they don't have a good wine. But you're probably going to pay.
We haven't proven that yet.
But we also look for wines under $20. I go to my grocery store,
That's
$25,
true.
$30, $35 wine. My local grocery store has $60 bottles of wine. It's going to be a good wine. But I think what you can do is you can go to like a large wine distributor, like your Total Wine, like your places like that, or a local wine shop that has a bigger variety, and find those smaller vineyards, those smaller organizations that are just trying to get out there, whose price points haven't gone up yet, and find that good wine for $16.99, $19.99, $22.99, like these good prices that I don't know if I think because grocery stores are so branded and mass produced that when you're getting like the $14.99 bottle of wine at the grocery store, it's not gonna be a good wine. Does that make sense?
Yes, Mr. Kaleli. All right, that dead horse has been beaten enough. So we're at the point. Did anybody actually win this grocery store challenge?
It's a showdown.
Showdown.
It's not a challenge. It's a showdown.
So we've beaten this dead horse enough. It's time to answer that question. Did anybody actually win this grocery store showdown?
I mean, I'd have to claim the W on this one. I mean, it's the only one that didn't get greened. So I mean,
you came back from the war with one eye, and Joel and I lost both of our legs. So you win.
Yeah.
But
listen, I didn't say I won by a mile. But a W is a W. So I'm gonna take that, and I am now, as of today, at 1-0-0, the Grocery Store Wine Showdown champion.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to deny it. Apparently, my chicken rosé tastes like nothing, and Joel's old wine tastes like bad. So, like,
it's just offensive. Yeah. I was the only one that shocked me in a somewhat good way. This whole episode was your Ruffino Lumina Pinot Grigio. So yes,
Thank you.
I congratulate you, Colin, on winning.
Appreciate it.
The showdown.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's well done. That is what the closest thing we can call to a recommendation at the end of this episode is if you
that's it.
If you need an emergency bottle of Pinot Grigio, the Ruffino 2022 won't kill anybody.
That's right. So with that said, Aaron, where can you find us online?
Where can't you find us? I mean, first of all, Colin has been doing an amazing job taking all of our reviews and updating our website at stopwastingyourwine.com. You can get on there. You can actually listen to the episodes on the website and see lovely pictures of the three of us.
Great website.
Also, please follow us on Instagram. Check us out. Listen to us on Spotify or whatever you listen to your podcast on. Review us, follow us, leave comments where you can, leave nice reviews where you can. And after an episode like this, please, if there is a grocery store wine that you love, that you want us to review, that you think is the elusive diamond in the rough that we are looking for, let us know. Share with us. We'll check it out the next time we have our amazing.
We'll do another one of these.
Grocery store
wine
showdown.
Wine
showdown.
Wine.
I'm telling you,
thanks for listening, everyone.
Voiceover is hard. I'm going to have another glass of my award-winning wine.
God, I'm going to finish this red blood stuff
Yeah.
I'm going to go pour my wine down the drain.
Not great.
Bristle that I have.
Yeah, we tried.
We did. It's a valiant effort. See you next week.
Bye, y'all.